I'm not.
All right, and we are back here with another game of Pendleton rugby. The Arabians will be facing off against Penn today. It looks like Penn's going to kick off first in this match. Yeah. What? The Penn Kingsmen.
Heard that the Anderson.
Do you want to do it?
I heard he wants to work at D2.
I thought that.
Before they get done. He was supposed to do like
I thought you did until 5.
Everybody getting set here, making sure we got all the players on the field. Arabians have played Penn the past few years and so far have won every match against them, but this year we've experienced some injuries. We'll see if that changes anything. Low liner kick to the middle, fielded by Nico White. Nico White runs it up the middle, breaks the tackle, and he spins over, makes a move. Arabians secure the ruck. Slowing it down, get it to Colton Johnson. He'll eat that hit right there and go down. And Penn goes for the jackal. No success. Nico White stripped of the ball. They're going to call a knock there on Nico White. So we'll have a scrum down here at midfield to Penn.
That was such a weird call.
And so early on, a turnover for the Arabians. See how this first scrum goes here. Sir gives the cadence. Put is in. They handle the scrum well. They get the ball to the near side. Pop it out to the wing here. A little bit forward on that pass. They're going to call it a forward pass. And Arabians ball.
Yes, sir, Nico.
Good pressure there on the outside by the Arabian defense, forcing that turnover.
Yes, sir, boys.
So we'll have another scrum down.
Oh, and then that kid in the
Notable mentions: Nate DeRolf, Jacob McKinley,
back, the black scrum cat.
Jacob Rowley,
I also recruited him.
Isaac Pimentel, all back in this match. Injured in the last one, as well as Max Garner.
Summer. Yeah, like tropical
And
nationals.
Sir gives the cadence. Arabians handle the scrum well. Nico White gets it out to Isaac Pimentel. Pimentel pops it to Preston Wolf. Preston Wolf breakaway right up the middle. Preston Wolf, long strides all by himself, and he's tackled. Arabians are there to support. And they're on the move now at the 22. Isaac Pimentel pops it out to J.J. Kissick. J.J. Kissick out to Garrett Peterson. Garrett Peterson out to Jacob Rowley. Jacob Rowley up the sideline. They're going to call a penalty there. Forward pass. Arabians had it moving there. If they can just cut out these penalties, the Arabians offense is looking real good to start this match. And now Penn will have a scrum down here. Try and get out of their own territory, right around their own 22. We'll see if they get an exit kick here out of the scrum. They'll take it. Punch up the middle. Swung down eventually by a couple of Arabians. Garrett Peterson finishes it off. And they'll take it to the middle. Arabians bringing pressure. Boom, big hit there. Nico White. Big hit there, bringing the pressure. Penn moving backwards to start this possession here. As they give it to the big fella, he crosses the 22. Penn loses the ball. Let's see if it's a knock-on. It is. So we'll have a scrum down to the Arabians, and there might be a player down there for Penn. Some early physicality here from the Arabians. Penn feeling the brunt of it. They got a player down, so we're going to pause this stream here, and we'll be back with you in just a moment. combo.
Sam are pretty decent at tight end. They're not much blocking tight ends. They're more receiver type tight ends.
And we're back on now. Arabians secure the scrum. Big hit there on Garrett Peterson. He loses the ball. Pops backwards. Arabians retain possession. And the ball's on the ground again. Penn has it now. Big hits all over. Garrett Peterson avenges himself right there with that big hit. And they bring pressure. Good tackle there by Max Garner. They swing it to the middle here. Give it to the big guys. Good vice tackle by the Arabians here. Arabians pick that one off. Nico White up the middle. And he'll be in for the first points of the game. Nico White, have yourself a day. And the Arabians take a 5-0 lead to start this one, setting up a pretty easy first conversion for Isaac Pimentel. A little over 5 minutes into this match, and the Arabians are already on the board. With a healthy squad here, the Arabians are feeling it. And he'll line up this kick and take his time here as McKinley talks it over with the serve.
Yes, sir.
And the kick is up and good. So now Penn will line up to kick it off back to the Arabians. For our new rugby fans out there, rugby in 15s is make it, take it. So when they score, they get the ball kicked right off back to them. Penn will try and either steal this kickoff or put it deep. And the kick is up. Right to J.J. Kissick. He secures it. Quickly breaks out of a tackle, runs a guy over, and gets right around the 40. They pop it out to Kemper Owens and the big guys. He stood up. They'll go down and set up the offense here. Nate DeRolf with an absolute bomb back into the Penn territory. Right around there, 22. Good step there by the Penn offense as they move it across the 40. Arabians defense getting set up here, trying to bring some pressure, keep the foot on the gas pedal. Good tackle there, bringing down the big fella in the pod. And they'll get it to the back. He is swarmed by Reese Davis. High pass there. Brought down by Nico White and Preston Wolf. Arabians defense. Fast and physical today. Penn looking for something to get out of this hole here. They get it to the big guys once again. Jackal there by J.J. Kissick. He's got it. J.J. Kissick with the steal.
Yes, sir, J.J.
Nico White now. Misdirection there, steps back to the far side. Owen Skinner has it. He's chopped down right there. Nico White gets out to Nate DeRolf. Nate DeRolf, too much heat on that pass to Jacob Rowley, but they were going there. Now these guys have not got too much playing time together so far this year. Nate DeRolf's been out for quite a while. Still getting used to the chemistry there between those two on the outside. So we'll have a scrum down to Penn. Arabians with a 7-0 lead. About 10 minutes into this match. Let's see if Penn tries to get an exit kick here or if they're going to run their offense. They chip it over the defense to Michael Hooker. Michael Hooker has it. makes a move, spins out of a tackle, and he's on his feet and chopped down by 2 defenders.
Yes, sir, Preston.
There you go, Pete.
Arabians secure the ball in that ruck. Good run there by Max Garner. Breaking the gain line. Ball comes out. Swung all the way out to Kemper Owens. Kemper Owens now gives a big shoulder to the defense. He's on his feet, rumbling, tumbling forward all the way to the 22 there. Nico White swings the ball out to Garrett Peterson. Garrett Peterson now. Stiff arm, and he gets a couple. Nico White hit there after the pass. Owen Skinner is picked up and dump tackled. They're going to call a penalty on that. That'll give the Arabians some room here. They have an option here to kick for 3 or run their offense and try and get it in. Dangerous play there, and they're going to give him a yellow card, so he'll be off for a few minutes. Impressive feat of strength there, but that is unfortunately illegal in the game of rugby. And so they're going to go for the conversion kick here, try and get 3 points, the penalty kick. Isaac Pimentel so far has made his only kick of the day.
Yeah, or J-Mac, I guess, but not anymore.
So he'll line this one up here.
Should be.
Penn will play a man short for this middle 7 minutes of the half. Let's see if Pimentel can put it through here. If not, it is a live ball. Kick is up. And good. Good kick there. Capitalizing on the opportunity by Isaac Pimentel as Arabians now lead by 10. And they'll receive on this next kickoff.
I wish this camera would stay where it's at, but it like tilts down to this.
All right, and now Penn will kick this off here, set up their defense once again. It's a good kick there. Drops into Nate DeRolf. Nate DeRolf, a high kick right back to them. Nate DeRolf going for it. He makes the tackle, and they pop it out. Penn takes it up the middle. Owen Skinner head-hunting out here. As the Arabians make a good tackle there. Penn getting their offense set here on the near side of the field. Arabians looking to bring pressure. Forwards take it up the middle. Good run there by Penn. Stood up though.
Yeah, boy!
And dropped by Garrett Peterson. Penn. Good vice tackle there. JJ Kissick goes for another steal, and he's got it.
Yeah, Jake!
Nope. They cleared him out there. He nearly had the steal. Thought he was falling back with it, but he just let go of it at the end there. Stood up is the Penn forwards as they try and take another punch. Ball's out. They work it to the middle. Pops out. Stolen. And stolen again. Ball's all over the place. They're going to call something here. They'll call the original knock here by Penn. So we'll have a scrum down to the Arabians. Arabians will get the ball just outside of midfield in their own territory. Penn trying to slow the game down using the big guys. Unfortunately, ball popped out for him there. And the ref gives the cadence. Ball is put in. Arabians secure the scrum here. JJ Kissick has it. Pops it to Garrett Peterson. Garrett Peterson on the move. Delivers a big shoulder to the defense, and he keeps moving. Tries to pop the ball out, but he will drop it and knock it on. So now we'll have another scrum down. 2 Penn this time. A lot of knock-ons here to start this match. Both teams need to work on low ball security here. Still only a 10-point game, so Penn looking to cut into that as they have the ball just outside their own 40. The put is good. They handle the scrum well, and they'll get it out. Arabians bring pressure. They try and get it out wide here. Good sidestep there, and he is chopped down. Arabians, good contest on the ruck. Let's see if they get it. They don't. Good recovery by Penn there as they give it to the forwards. Forward chopped down by J-Mac. Jacob McKinley, leader in the middle of the field. Good sidestep there by Isaac Pimentel. They're going to blow the whistle here. Bringing it back to a penalty on the Arabians in that ruck. So Penn had advantage. Now they're going to slow it down and try and kick it into touch here. For our new rugby fans, wherever the ball goes out of bounds is where they will have a line-out throw. The throw nearly stays in. Good kick, though. Putting the Arabians back on defense right around their 22. So now we'll have a line-out to Penn. Arabians get a chance to get set here. Defend their own territory as they will likely contest this line-out. Throw is up. No contest, and they'll bring pressure instead. Here we go. They'll try and get it out wide. Good sidestep there. Breaks a tackle, breaks another. And he might be in for the try here. He is. And Penn answers. They cut this lead down to 5. As your score now is 10-5 Arabians. Penn will get a chance at a conversion kick here to cut it to 3. They scored even though they're a man short and have been for the last few minutes. So let's see if he can put this kick through. Tackle on 2 more. And the kick is no good. Chaos on the kick there, and that'll be ruled no good for Penn. So Arabians hold on to their 5-point lead as Penn brings on their 15th man. The wind here clearly affecting the kickers today. So now Arabians back to playing 15 on 15 here. Kick is up. First kickoff of the day for them. Fielded by the big fella. Quickly chopped down by Nate DeRolf. Arabians defense is set to bring pressure. Ball's out. Penn's forwards try and get something there. They get a couple meters. Inching it forward. They'll go to move it out wide here. Another sidestep. Arabians tackle him. They pop it out. Penn there tries a hurdle. They're going to call that inadvertent. And they knock it on out of bounds. Nico White will put it in on this scrum down here as the Arabians, after that good pressure, force a turnover, and they will have a scrum down inside the Penn 40 right here on the near side of the field. Right around 11 minutes remaining in this first half. The put is in, secured by the Arabians on the scrum. They get it to the middle. Isaac Pimentel pops it to Nate DeRolf. Nate DeRolf out to J.J. Kissick. J.J. Kissick slows down, catches it. Pops it again, wrap around. Nate DeRolf has it. Jacob Rowley. They get it out wide and get good movement there. Trying to continue that here as they get to the big guys. Max Garner takes it forward for a couple. Nate DeRolf out to, Kemper Owens. And now back to the weak side. J.J. Kissick, stutter step. He'll cut inside and go down around the 22. Nico White pops it to Colton Johnson, who is immediately pummeled into the ground. Trouble in the ruck here. A penalty on Penn. Arabians get some room to run. I believe that she said they were off their feet in that ruck. Nate DeRolf will kick it into touch. Great kick there by Nate DeRolf, putting the Arabians about 15 meters out.
Can you hold this right here for 2 seconds?
And so now we'll have a line out here to the Arabians, deep in Penn territory. Garrett Peterson will throw it in. Throw is up and good. Good catch there. The Arabians secure the line out and are brought down. They'll set up the offense. Low pass popped out. Colton Johnson has it up the middle. Arabians clear that ruck. Owen Skinner sidestep, getting shifty, and he'll go down. Penn goes for the jackal. No luck. Arabians slow it down. Isaac Pimentel pops it. It's Preston Wolf. Preston Wolf does work, gets back. Isaac Pimentel to Nate DeRolf. Nate DeRolf loses it. Picked up by Jacob Rowley. Loses it again. Penn on the move, and they're chopped down. Good tackle there by Nate DeRolf to get that ball back. Arabians have possession once again. And advantage. J.J. Kissick now. Big shoulder delivered to the defense there by J.J. Kissick. What a collision there. The Arabians on the move once again. Good recovery off that messed up play. Nate DeRolf chips it past the defense, picked up by Michael Hooker. Michael Hooker, inside pass to Will Pulley. Will Pulley swung out, and he loses it out of bounds. And the Arabians trying to bring on some subs here, some fresh legs in this match. After they had a good run there, but just lost the ball on that good defensive play to get them out of bounds. Right deep in Penn territory around the 5-meter line. And now throw is up and secured by Penn on the line out. Arabians bring pressure. Good tackle there by Nate DeRolf. They try and chip it past the defense. Picked up and scored! Kicked it right to the Arabians. They scored that for some easy points. They now lead 15-5 here.
Yes, sir, Nico!
Good heads-up play by Nico White.
Why don't they just boot it or touch it?
And we'll have a pretty straightforward conversion kick here for Isaac Pimentel.
Again.
And Isaac Pimentel now will line up another conversion. Kick is up and good. And now the Arabians lead 17-5.
Yes, sir, Isaac!
Isaac Pimentel puts the kick through and dodges the people coming for him. And now Penn will kick it off to the Arabians once again. Let's see if they can force a turnover here on defense as they try and chip away at this 12-point lead. Low liner there, picked up by Jacob McKinley. Hit his foot. And the ball skips out the back of the forwards. And Nate DeRolf recovers it as he is tackled down, wrestled down by the big guy on Penn. Caden Hasty now takes it forward with the pot. He stood up and driven back off his feet, and he gets his knees down, so they're going to have to return him to the ground. They pop it out to J.J. Kissick. J.J. Kissick out to Garrett Peterson. Garrett Peterson now pops it to Jacob Rowley. Jacob Rowley, big run. Jacob Rowley, green grass ahead, and let's see what he's going to do here. Stiff arm there, sidestep, and he's got a good run there, about 40 meters. The Arabians are now in Penn territory. Isaac Pimentel pops it and hit late there. Penn trying to bring some physicality back into this match. Nico White pops it to Caden Hasty. Caden Hasty will take it down. Nico White pops it to Owen Skinner. Owen Skinner there. Leveled by the Penn defender. Nate DeRolf breaks the tackle, pops it to Preston Wolf. Preston Wolf chased down from behind. Flips over there. Now Arabians set it up again. J-Mac up the middle. Good stiff arm there. Gets a couple. Nico White to Kemper Owens. He goes nowhere there. Nico White pops it to Jacob McKinley. Jacob McKinley slides through for a couple meters there. Passing the gain line. Nate DeRolf pops it out and gets hit big in the rib cage there. Nico White now gets it to Caden Hasty. Caden Hasty knocks it on.
Good pressure, boys! Take a knee.
And so we'll have a scrum down to Penn this time. Arabians will get set on D, try and bring some pressure here. Some big hits being delivered here at the end of this first half. Under 5 minutes remaining. Arabians lead by 12. Penn has the ball. And they secure the scrum and get it out to the middle. Swing it out wide. Head of steam, he's going. As he makes a move and is tripped up there. Arabians go for the jackal. And they might have it. Garrett Peterson with the steal. And the Arabians have the ball. Nate DeRolf, high kick into Penn territory as they go to field it. Arabians giving chase. Penn picks it up. Wrestled down by a couple Arabian defenders. Now they're back where they started here inside their own 40.
Good tackle!
Finished off there by Kemper Owens on that tackle. Penn gets to the weak side here to the big fella. Chopped down, pops it out. And he'll try and make a move. He's swung down right by the sideline here. Arabians get set to bring pressure once again. Big hits here. As he's wrestled down and suplexed by Kemper Owens. Penn slows it down. They get it out. Arabians bringing pressure. They get a hole up the middle. Penn on the move. Forward pass there, but they're going to let it play. Must have been horizontal there. Good effort there to get that ball out, though. Penn trying to set up something on offense here, creeping inside Arabian territory. Good vice tackle there by the Arabians. Penn gets it to the middle, pops it to the big fella. He's vice tackled down. Arabians might have the steal. And they're going to say no release there. Penn is on the move. The big fella's got it. And he's tackled by Garrett Peterson. Garrett Peterson caught him a little bit there, but, you know, got him down. Penn chipped down in the rape. No release there, maybe. Well, let's see what they call here. Good tackle there as the Arabians forwards chop him down again. They're trying to defend their side here. Penn now moving back a little bit. They're going to try and get another good line here. Stood up there. Now Penn tries to chip it past the defense. Picked up by Jacob Rowley. Jacob Rowley, talented wing. He'll make a move. And he's going. Jacob Rowley with a good run there. Pops it back out, and they're going to go down again. Arabians now playing with advantage. Nate DeRolf, deep kick to Penn. He'll spin out to the wide side here and try and get ahead of steam. Caden Hasty giving chase. What a tackle there. As they're good. Arabians contest the ruck here. Ball is out.
So we just didn't get advantage.
Penn now with the ball in the middle of the field. Room to run. Good tackle there by Kemper Owens. After the big truck stick, a big tackle. Here comes the big fella again. Chopped down this time by J-Mac. Very physical game as Penn is swung down there. Nate DeRolf, good tackle. And they knock it on. Arabians with the ball now. Good hit there from Penn on Garrett Peterson. And now Arabians will have advantage, and they will get the ball with some room here. Penn will be back 10. This may be nearing the end of the first half here. Arabians bring on a sub. Big Zane Davis coming in. Zane Davis subs out Boss Baby Owen Skinner, a.k.a. Lamar. And Preston Wolf will come off as well for blood. Preston Wolf with looks like a black eye there and some blood. Like I said, very physical game here. Refs letting them play their style of play.
Kicking for it. Kicking for points.
And they're going to go for the kick here. Remember, if this kick is short or no good, it is a live ball. So Isaac Pimentel, 2-2 today, has not attempted one from this distance yet. Just short of 40 meters on this penalty kick attempt. Arabians with a 12-point lead. This could put it to 15 potentially, as they will chase this one down in case it does not go. Kick is up. Just short. Fielded by Penn as they'll set up their offense, looking for somewhere to run. Arabians bringing pressure here as they wrangle him down. Penn moves it out to the wide side of the field. Stiff arm there and finished off by Kemper Owens. They pop it out to the forward. Tackled there by Aiden Forsha. Good tackle. Nowhere to pass it there. Caden Hasty was lurking. Breaks a high tackle there, and Penn on the move. Crossing the 22. Good vice tackle there. Forsha and Hasty there for the Arabians. And Zane Davis. Good contact on that tackle.
Left!
Penn tries to work the ball out to the left. Big hit there by Isaac Pimentel. Ball was on the ground, but Penn regains possession. Penn kicks it. Short chip kick out to the wide side. That's going to go out of bounds. And that'll be half. Very physically grueling game. Both teams trying to make it work here. We're going to come back to you in about 5 minutes when this halftime's over. Let's see what halftime adjustments they make. Your Arabians lead 17-5. All right, and we're back here for this second half of rugby. Arabians with a 17-5 lead starting this second half. As Isaac Pimentel taking his time here, they're going to get everybody set for this kickoff. And second half is underway. Arabians kickoff. Deep kick fielded by Penn. Good tackle there by Nate DeRolf to start the second half. Penn slows it down. Trying to set up a pod here for forwards. Drove back into the ground by the Arabians defense. Penn sets it up again. Change of pace here as they're taking their time in the rucks. They're swinging it out wide. Arabians bring pressure in the backs. Arabians backline all over the Penn side today when they've tried to get it out wide. Garrett Peterson, first man to that collision. Brings him down. Back up again. Reese Davis grabs an ankle and holds on as he brings down the Penn pod there. Penn trying to get going, but just brought down by Kemper Owens. Absolutely vicious tackles here. Good sidestep there. Penn nearly gets a hole. They cross the 22. Good low tackle there by Garrett Peterson. Penn trying to get it out wide. Popped there by Kemper Owens after taking two defenders with him. Arabians stood up there and then held up. Zane Davis finishes off that tackle. Penn tries to get going here. Breaks a couple tackles and finally chopped down by Zane Davis again in the middle. Much slower game pace here to start this second half. Whistle's blown. Let's see. They're going to call a penalty on the Arabians. Penn's got a man down. Let's see if he gets up here. He will. He's going to play through it. So now Penn will kick into touch. Low kick, not go. Oh, nearly knocked back in bounds by Caden Hasty. That ball was not going straight out. So now we have a defensive line out. Arabians setting up their defense, trying to bring pressure. That ball drifts a little bit towards Penn's side, not a straight throw. So that'll be the Arabians' ball again. Quick turnover there. We'll have a scrum down. Nico White will put it in. Garrett Peterson at 8-man here. Arabians are going to set up something here on offense. They'll try and secure this scrum down and get it going here on their first real offensive possession of the half. Nico White gets the ball. Isaac Pimentel has it. Isaac Pimentel. Pop pass to J.J. Kissick. J.J. Kissick. Big collision there. Tries to shrug off that tackle but can't. Now they get it out to Jacob McKinley. Jacob McKinley swung down after breaking the gain line there. Caden Hasty now sidestep. Goes for the stiff arm. No luck. He's wrestled down. Zane Davis now. Big chop tackle there by Penn.
Yes, sir.
They go for the steal and big clear out by Kemper Owens. J.J. Kissick now has it out wide. Pops it to Nate DeRolf. Nate DeRolf. Wraparound pass to Garrett Peterson. Garrett Peterson. Oh, pass goes forward. Almost. Almost a great pass to Jacob Rowley, just got out away from him. He spun that one a little too far forward. Arabians backline trying to catch some momentum here to start this second half. And now they'll have to play defense. Penn with decent field position here, scrum down just outside their own 40. Penn now has advantage and the ball at their own 40. They pop it out wide. Stutter step, breaks a man, tries to get it out here and loses the ball on the ground. And they're going to blow the whistle and bring it back to this advantage. Penn now with some room to run. They get popped there. Big tackle there by Will Poley. Arabians defense gets set to bring pressure. They do. Here they come. Wrapped up there after breaking the game line. Good steal there. Garrett Peterson might have it, and he does. No roll away there. A lot of chaos going on in this ruck as the Arabians get it out. Zane Davis on the move, being held by his jersey. Zane Davis will be down. And they're going to blow the whistle for obstruction on the Arabians. Right when we thought they were getting going, they turned it over once again. So far, not a lot of offensive action this second half. A lot of penalties, both sides of the ball. Penn and the Arabians just can't seem to get out of this midfield area. Arabians 7 minutes into this second half, holding on to their 12-point lead. Good run there by Penn. They bring it to the near side. Ball pops up. Immediately tackled by Garrett Peterson. Penn now. Once again tries to hit it up the middle. No luck. Slowing the game down. Penn gets it out wide. Ball's on the ground. Arabians pressure's right there. Here we go. Good tackle there by Garrett Peterson. Now Penn all the way back on their own 22. Whistle is blown. They're going to call a penalty in the ruck there on the Arabians. Penn now slowing it down, getting their forward set. They pop it to him. Ball's on the ground again. Penn now gets it out wide to the big fella. The big fella pops it out again. Kemper Owens giving chase. Does not get there. J.J. Kissick chops him down. Arabians trying to scramble to get set again. Good tackle there. J.J. Kissick gives him a big shoulder. Now Penn, shifty man once again, has it. Garrett Peterson will take him down. Who else? And Reese Davis finishes that one off as Penn's back in the ruck here. Arabians bring pressure. They get low there. Max Garner.
What did Max do wrong? He pulled him down by the stiff arm.
Max Garner now talking to the sir. Let's see if she penalizes him for that tackle there. Talking it over, making sure he stays lower there. Tricky call there as he was just trying to defend the stiff arm there. Now Penn will kick it into touch. Braden Larimore, good effort play there. Didn't really know what was going on, but I respect it. Now we'll have a line out to Penn at the Arabian 22-meter line as they'll get set for defense here. Penn, lob throw up. And they get it out. Arabians bring pressure. Nate DeRolf, almost a big hit there. Ball's on the ground, though. Jacob Rowley. Good tackle there, as he is helped out by Nico White to finish that one off. And now the Arabians have the ball right back. Aiden Forsha, effort play there, diving to get the ball as it pops out on the ground. Penn gets a steal in the ruck, and the Arabians steal it right back. And now penalty on the Arabians. The Sur will slow the game down. So now Penn will have it, down by 12. Penn getting it set up here with their forwards and back line. Arabian's going to bring good pressure here. And they try and run a play here. Stuffed up by the Arabian defense. Another good tackle there by Kemper Owens. Penn pops it out wide. One hand snag, and then they break a couple tackles. Garrett Peterson goes for the steal, as he tries to take on the whole Penn roster, looks like. Good vice tackle there by the Arabian defense. Now Penn skips a pass across the ground. Obstruction maybe? Nope. Yes, obstruction on Penn. I was right on that one for once. Nate DeRolf now will kick it into touch. He's had a boot today. They're going to set it up, make sure their line-out personnel is over by the sideline. Nate DeRolf, short kick, but that'll work. Into Penn territory now. The Arabians have a line-out. Garrett Peterson will throw it in.
Yes, sir, Petey. Go ahead, let's get set, boys. Hey, Patty, yeah?
Arabians still holding on to that 12-point lead here. As the throw is in and good. Nico White passes it out to Isaac Pimentel. Isaac Pimentel now to Nate DeRolf. Nate DeRolf on the move. He's met by a couple Penn defenders and dragged forward. Nico White now. We get it to Jacob McKinley. Jacob McKinley to JJ Kissick. JJ Kissick out wide. Garrett Peterson. Garrett Peterson cuts it in. Up the sideline, Garrett Peterson. Defender right there. Pops it into JJ Kissick. JJ Kissick now sidestep. Still on his feet. JJ Kissick pops it out to Garrett Peterson. Garrett Peterson goes down. Arabians knock it on the door. Slowing it down here with the forwards. They'll go down. Zane Davis will try and take it in. Stopped short. They'll go again. This time, Max Garner put on his back there. Isaac Mental now has it out wide. Nate DeRolf, chip kick over the defense. Here comes Jacob Rowley to come get this one. And it goes just out of bounds. Penn's defense holds as that ball goes out of the end zone. The try zone, excuse me. So now they will have a 22-meter drop, I believe. The Arabians will receive this here. But Penn once again gets a chance to push the Arabians back out of their own territory. Trying to claw back into this game as they're down by 12. Almost halfway into the second half of the match. So I guess we'll have a scrum down to Penn here. Apologize for the miscommunication. Penn, 8-man pick there. Tackled immediately by Garrett Peterson. And Penn tries to get it out to the wide side of the field here. Good tackle there by Nate Rolfe, stopping him up. And then wrestled down by Reese Davis. So he takes the big fella on. Good tackle there by Preston Wolf. Arabians defense holding strong. Whistle is blown on the Arabians. And they'll bring it back to an advantage here, looks like. Penn has it. They're chopped down by Garrett Peterson. They get it out to the wide side of the field. On the move here on the outside. Tackled there by Nico White. Sidestep there, brought down. Penn, big run up the middle with the forwards. Big collision there, loses the ball on the ground. Arabians have it, and the whistle's blown. Knock on. Good hit there as the Arabians force a knock on, and they'll have a scrum down. So the Arabians will have possession. Nico White will put it in here on this scrum. Garrett Peterson is your 8-man. Sir gives the cadence. We're going to blow the whistle. Penalty on Penn in the scrum. Garrett Peterson on the move. Big shoulder delivered there by Garrett Peterson, making his presence known. And now Zane Davis has it. Sidestep there. Takes it forward for a couple meters. Good run to set up this Arabians offense. Here comes Preston Wolf. Ball popped out. Chased down. Penn has it. They jump on the ground for it. Arabians getting back on defense now. Tackled up there by the Arabians at their own 40. As the Arabians get set on defense again. Way to get a leg there by Will Pulley. Good tackle there. Slips out, but brought him down, Nico White. Penn getting to the big guys. Forward pass there. Penn had all the momentum there for a moment, but they just got a forward pass on that little offload to the pod. Eli Poor subs in the game. Arabians bringing on some fresh legs for the forwards. Talk about big hits. That kid can hit. And here we go. Arabians set on offense once again, this time in their own territory inside the 40. Nico White gets it out to Isaac Pimentel. Isaac Pimentel now pops it to Preston Wolf. Preston Wolf stutter step, and he'll go down and do some work on the ground. Nico White now back to Eli Poor. Eli Poor hit in the legs there, brought down. Nico White now out to Nate Rolfe. Nate Rolfe tries to chip it through the Penn defense, and that ball is tipped. Nate Rolfe now, recovery tackle. Following that kick. Penn, good defensive play there, and now they have the ball in the Arabian territory. Arabians trying to set up a stand here on defense. Big hit. Jacob McKinley takes a knee to the face. Zane Davis wrestles him down. They try and pop it out here. Spin move, no luck. Loses the ball. Penn picks it up. Trying to drive it into the try zone. Right around the 5-meter line. They try and take it down in there like a bowling ball. Whistle's blown. They're going to call a penalty on the Arabians. In the ruck there. So now Penn will set up a play. Down by 12, Penn could get back in this game here. About 10 minutes remaining in the match. Stood up there after a solid run up the middle. Penn dives in, trying to get the try. And that is no good. They're going to call offsides on the Arabians. So Penn had advantage, stopped up on the goal line, but they get the ball once again. Arabians did a good job there of holding them up, but let's see if they can do it again. Just short of the goal line this time. Penn goes for it again. And they're going to give him a try. So Penn now cuts this lead down to 7. And sets up a pretty easy conversion kick. About 9 minutes remaining here in the match. Penn will attempt a conversion kick to cut this lead down to 5. And so they line up the kick. Kick is up and good. Little chip shot kick there to cut the lead down to 5, 17-12 now. Okay, excuse me, Pendleton only leads 15-12 apparently. We got that one wrong.
Very different. One's tall, one's short. Look, they never go to me.
Arabians now playing defense here. I guess only up by 3. Ball bobbled there. Arabians defense is set. JJ Kissick goes for it. He might have it here. And he does! JJ Kissick, successful jackal there. Arabians have the ball now in Penn territory. Good play there. Good rugby IQ to know when to take that. So now Nate DeRolf will kick it into touch here. Good kick.
Yes, sir, Nate.
As that puts him right around the 5-meter line, just inside, I believe. We'll have a close line out here to the Arabians. Putting them right in position to score again here. About 7 minutes remaining in the match. Throw is up and good. Max Garner has it. He'll go down. Arabians set it up with the forwards. Zane Davis dives in and he's got the try! Zane Davis takes it himself in for the try. Big fella capitalizes on that good field position. Now the Arabians have a chance to extend the lead to 10 once again. So the Arabians now lead 20-12. Eight-point lead here makes it a 2-score game. With just about 5.5 left.
Prior to that score, it's 17.
And now he will attempt this conversion. 1 of 2 today on his conversions, but he did hit the penalty kick earlier in the match. And now, mental. Kick is up. Looks good. And it is, right? It is good. Arabians now lead 22-12.
Are you talking about conversions or penalty kicks? Get the ball back, Penn. Let's go.
So the Arabians now with a 10-point lead, and they will receive here. Under 5 minutes left in this match. The kick does not go 10. We'll have a scrum at the 50. So the Arabians just extended the lead to 10, and they will also have a chance to pour it on here late in this match. Put it out of reach potentially, as they have good field position with this scrum down. All right, and now scrum will be set here. Nico White once again putting it in today. What a game he's had. Put is good. 8-man pick. Garrett Peterson has it. Wrestled down there after a good run out of the scrum. Good contest on that ruck. Ball's on the ground. Ravens will take it down once again. Setting up their chew clock formation here. Letting the big guys handle it. So far, so good, as the Arabians are slowly inching down the field, holding on to this possession here. This match nearly over. The Arabians just working it down, trying to keep this ball out of Penn's hands. And they get it out. Nate DeRolf has it, gets it, pops it out of bounds, and that'll be the match.
Yes, sir!
And that'll be the end of the match. Arabians win 22-12. Good fight there by Penn to try and get back in that game, but the Arabians, with that score by Zane Davis late in the game, managed to put it out of reach, and they come away with a win here in Rugby Indiana play. Thank you guys for watching today, and make sure to tune into our JV game coming up next.